there. If you've never been here before, my name is Hannah, and I make content about vintage clothing, culture, music, art, and all things fun. So today I'm going to be doing a record collection. I love watching these and I've always wanted to do one, so I hope that you will enjoy this record collection video. I also have a lot of CDs, more than I do records, so if you'd like to see a CD collection, then just let me know in the comments below, and I can certainly do that. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I'm just going to go from whatever is at the top of my records and then go all the way down. I feel like that would work best, so just bear with me and let's go through this record collection. First record in my collection, the Beatles, Abbey Road. I love this album. This was just one that I had gotten from Walmart, and it's really cool. It's just a plain black record. It's new, but sounds really good, and I love this album. First one. This one I got as a gift, and it is Magical Mystery Tour, like probably my favorite Beatles album. So yeah, I absolutely love this album with a passion. It was my brother who got it for me. He got it at a like a record store, but this was new at the record store. But it is pretty awesome. I love the booklet, so I just gotta show you guys this. Like, this is so cool. So this is all about like the film that's in it. Look at Paul and like that army outfit. But yeah, like this is just so cool looking. It's so odd, but it's definitely cool. And like look at all these little like drawings. Let's see if I can find. Oh my gosh, I love this picture. I feel like this picture is iconic. So yeah, anyways, I love this album with a passion. I wouldn't say any Beatles album is underrated, but if I had to say one was underrated, then I'd say this one is underrated. So yeah, that's your time to listen to Magical Mystery Tour. Alright, then I also have the Beatles from 1967 to 1970. So this has 2 albums in it, just in case. And it is so good. So here we go. This was also gotten as a Christmas present one year, so that's that. And then I don't remember if it's a colored. Guys, I forgot that this one was a colored vinyl, which I have a soft spot for. Let's just look at that. Isn't that just like beautiful? I'm trying to be as careful as possible. I'm just gonna put it right back. There we go. So yeah, both sides are blue. And they're so cool. Blue is my favorite color, so I love that. The next album is Help. Try and guess what my favorite band is, guys. Help, one of my favorite albums as well. This one is just a plain colored one. I also did get this one new. A lot of my Beatles albums are new because I don't seem to find them ever when I go to thrift stores, surprisingly. It depends on the store I'm at, though. I have found some there, but a lot of them have just been new or also been bought as gifts. Okay, now we're going on to one of my prized possessions, and this is John Lennon, Walls and Bridges. This album is so insanely underrated and is one of my favorite John Lennon albums, and it just looks so cool too. The drawings, like, were drawings that he made when he was a kid, and I just find it so amazing. This one I got at a record store, and it doesn't say, I don't remember what it's called. Oh, it's Indie CD and Vinyl, and they have some really cool stuff. I found this for a pretty good price, which is also great. It's definitely a little bit beat up, but for the most part, it is still in excellent condition. Next up, we have John Lennon Imagine. I also got this from that same record store. This one is also in pretty good condition. And if they're old, obviously they don't have colored vinyl, so I won't even bother opening them to show you. Record. I also got from a thrift store. This is also one of their albums, and it is Band on the Run by Wings. I love Wings. This is one of my favorite bands besides the Beatles, but I just absolutely love this, and I have to open this one up because it comes with this poster. Don't mind my cats, they just like sneaking in and out. But this is so cool. I want to hang this up just because I find it so cool. It is basically different pictures that they took during the recording of the album, and if you look through them, you can just see all the members and just like funny pictures and stuff. I think this would be so cool to hang up because I love it. So I did have to show you guys that because I find it so cool. And the sleeve is really cool too. It's a little bit old, as you can see. It pops out the bottom, so I may need to tape it or something. Let me know if you have any better solutions for this happening. And I feel like if I hold it though, it doesn't do all that much. So there's that one. Okay, next one is another Wings album, and this one is Wildlife. This is also a very good album that I definitely like. I love the cover of this one. I kind of want to be where they are in that. It just looks so cool. It's like this cool looking pond with a forest. And then here is the back of it. This I also got at a, it's not like an antique shop, but it kind of is an antique shop. That's the best way to explain it. It's like this, I'll call it an antique shop near me, and they have all different things, but if you go to the very back, they always have records, and I definitely scored with many of my records there. This album is Back to the Egg by Wings. As you can see, I have quite a few Wings albums. If you live in the Midwest, then you know there's a store called Half Price Books. Half Price Books is like this resale shop where they sell records, CDs, books, mostly books, and stationery supplies. It is my favorite store. I love that place. I get my stationery from there, I get records, I get CDs, books, you can find pretty much anything. But this cover is so cool, and also a great album. This one has to be really, really old, I'm thinking. It definitely is really, really old. I think this is actually an original. So was the John Lennon ones too, but this one looks very old. It's even fading on the cover, so. But like, as long as I look at them and make sure that the disc is okay, then I'll still buy them if they're a little bit beat up on the cover. As long as vinyl still works, then that's all that matters to me. Next album is Venus and Mars, also by Wings. I got this from that indie vinyl store. This is also a great album, and this one also, I believe, is, I don't think it's an original pressing, but it is a little bit old. Maybe it is, I'm not sure. Here's the inside. Wow, I find that so cool. Yeah. There's something about the smell of old records that I absolutely love. It's kind of like, you know how people say they love the smell of a good vintage book. Oh, Hazel. Now Hazel's trying to mess with my slipper. But I feel that same way for books, but also for vinyls. And the next album in my collection is Types of Peace by the the one and only Paul McCartney. This album is also really good. You'll get used to me saying that because if I have it in my collection, it's probably really good. And then let's open it up. This is so cool. So, yeah, awesome. Some of my vinyls are in slipcovers and then some of them are not. But typically, I try to keep them in slipcovers if I have to. And if you go to thrift stores, you'd be surprised at the amount of them that actually are in slipcovers. Next album in my collection is one of my favorite albums of all time. If you haven't listened to this album, then you definitely need to because it is like my top 10 albums of all time. And that is the Carpenters' self-titled. This album is beautiful. I cannot even explain how much I love it. They're one of my favorite bands, and I recommend that everyone listen to this. This is also an original pressing, and I got it for Christmas after searching for it for such a long time, and I could never find it. I try to be very careful when I open this one up because, like I said, it's an original pressing, and for being an original pressing, it is an amazing condition. There they are. I listened to it and it definitely, it was very staticky, so I'll need to clean it the next time that I listen to it, but for the most part, it still does work. It works enough where you can listen to it and not be too disturbed. Next album in my collection is another Carpenters album, which is Close to You. Absolutely love this. If you haven't, I recommend listening to Mr. Gooder. That song is very interesting, and I won't tell you what it's about, but try to decipher what it's about because I relate to it and I think it's just amazing. This album I also got at an antique store, but when I got it, it looks like somebody duct taped it, so yeah, but it looked in very good condition other than that, like the disc, so I was like, you know what, it's fine, I'll go ahead and get it. And I'm so glad I did because I really love it. Another one of my favorite artists, which, can you see why I have a hard time picking my favorite artist? Because basically every artist in my collection is my favorite artist. This is Elton John. Chatty Vinyl. I don't even know how to say that correctly in the comments. But anyways, this album is great, fantastic. Rocket Man is one of my favorite songs, and then I won't say this on camera because I don't want to get demonetized, but I think I'm going to Myself is also a really good song, and the meaning of it, if you listen to it, it's actually very deep and very telling. So let's go ahead and open this up. There we go. So awesome. This one I got at a record store. Actually, no, it wasn't a record store. It was an antique store. That was it. I got it at an antique store. Okay, that's close. And I believe that this one also is an original pressing. Next album is Tumbleweed Connection. This is my favorite Elton John album. Absolutely love it. My favorite song is Come Down in Time. That's also just my favorite Elton John song in general. Absolutely love this. And this is cool because if you look at this, the slipcover actually has a bunch of other albums that came out during this time, and they're all on there. Isn't that so cool? Next album is another Elton John album, and it's Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only a Piano Player. This is also a really good album, and this one is an original pressing. I found it at an antique store in the, what is it called? In the discount sale section. which I find that's actually the best place to go because that's where I find the types of stuff that I really enjoy. Okay, and I have to show you the inside because I absolutely love Elton John's style. So I gotta show you this. Look at that outfit. And this is definitely coming apart. So this is actually the booklet, but this part of the booklet has fallen off because it is very old. But the pictures in here and the style and fashion is so cool. Look at that. So cool. Yeah, that one's so interesting because it has the booklet and then the vinyl in the back, but the booklet is actually attached to the vinyl. It's not like a thing that you take out with the slipcover or whatever. Okay. The next album is by Christopher Cross, and it is just a self-titled one. This album is also good. My legs hurt so bad now. It's really good. I love Never Be the Same and Sailing are probably my favorite songs on this album. He's definitely an underrated artist that I would recommend you listen to. I found this at a thrift shop when I went on this little drive excursion down in Michigan. They have some pretty good record shops down there. So that's where I found this one. And it was $3. I still remember that. The one is a Joni Mitchell album, and it's For the Roses. I love this album as well. Well, look at it. It's like a little painting thingy that she did and put it on the inside. It's very, very pretty. Absolutely love it. This one is also an original pressing. Next album is by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. This one I got at that same record store when I went on that little trip, and this one is also an original pressing. And it also has that catalog of different albums on here. I would like to get maybe a new case or just tape it up because it is coming out both sides, the vinyl, and I don't want it to get ruined. I actually need to tape up this vinyl just in general because the very bottom of it is coming apart like that, so I'll need something to fix that. I wish there was a better way than taping it because I don't really like taping the vinyl. Next album is a classic that I also love, which was Michael Jackson's Thriller. Pretty much like every single song on this album. Let's open it up. That picture is so cool. This one is just a new one that I got from some store. Look at that. It's actually Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. That is cool. That is like the coolest thing. So yeah. The original pressings of this album are insanely expensive. I seen one at a thrift store and it was like $90. I kid you not. The next one I got from a thrift store, and it is just a picture vinyl, and it's Michael Jackson Off the Wall. Another amazing album. So cool. And then next, I got this from a record store. It was Indie Vinyl, really good store. And it is the Jacksons. This album is also, I feel like, very underrated. If you haven't heard it, you need to hear it. My favorite song is Be Not Always. That song actually made me cry the first time I heard it, and I still absolutely love it. Here's the inside. Here they are. And let's go ahead and get this open. Here is the little booklet. Go open on it. Oh, and this is so interesting. When you open it up, from the Jacksons, look at that. That is crazy. That is crazy looking. Wow. And then the record is also in there. I'm just not going to take it out. It is a plain colored black vinyl. Alright, next album up is Fleetwood Mac, and this is, now I can't think of what it's called, Tangle in the Night. How did I forget? This is definitely my favorite Fleetwood Mac. Actually, I don't know, but it's one of my favorite Fleetwood Macs. I absolutely love this album. So good. This I had also been searching for a while, and then ended up finding it at this really, really cool record store. And I believe it is a new pressing. Yes, it's a new pressing. So, awesome. Fleetwood Mac Rumors. I feel like everyone has this in their collection if you're a music fan of any sorts. So good. This one was also just a new one that I got from the store. Here's the booklet. So cool. The next one is Fleetwood Mac's self-titled album. I also love this one. Got this one from a record store as well. The disc isn't too interesting. Here it is. I do like the penguins on it though. Alright. Next album in the collection is Earth, Wind and Fire Electric Universe. This one is also an original pressing. Absolutely love it. I love Earth, Wind and Fire. They're like the grooviest band that ever stepped foot on planet Earth. And that I am definitely for. If you haven't listened to them other than September, I think everyone's heard September, then this is the album that I would most recommend for you. My favorite songs are Touch and We're Living in Our Own Time, but every single song on this album is really amazing. But I would recommend it to people who wanted to get more into them. Next up is another Earth, Wind and Fire album, and here it is. This one is Rays. Also a really good album. It's got some cool artwork. This one I got from Indie Vinyl, one of my favorite vinyl stores. The next album I have is also one of my pride and joys, and that is Electric Light Orchestra Out of the Blue. Oh my goodness, guys, I was so excited when I found this. This I found when I went on a trip to Michigan to go record shopping, and oh my goodness, I'm so glad I found it, because this is one of my favorite albums in general, and I was just so excited to be able to find it finally. Here is it's a double disc. This one is also an original pressing, which is amazing, and honestly, other than the cover, it is in fabulous condition. Oh, my legs hurt, guys. Ah! Gotta stretch. Alrighty, next album is a Stevie Wonder album, and it is In Square Circle. I love Stevie Wonder, also one of my favorite artists. I feel like I keep saying that, but truly, sincerely, one of my favorite artists ever. Anytime I see a Stevie Wonder album, you know I have to get it. And here is the little booklet. I don't think I said it, but this one is also an original pressing. I'm not sure how this happened, but when I got it, it was like this. It's like clipped at the side, like there's a hole in it. And I thought that was very strange. So if you know why that is, then just let me know, because I'd love to know. Next album is Stevie Wonder Original Music Premium 1, which is almost like a greatest hits type thing. And I like greatest hits. I don't typically collect greatest hits or go out of my way to get them, But if I see one that I really like or that has like some of my favorite songs, and I just want to turn on kind of like a physical Spotify, if you will, then they're actually pretty nice. So yeah, I definitely am glad that I got this one. And I love the cover. I feel like it's just very cool. Next album in my collection is Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down. Really cool. This one is really good. It just has a few songs on it. It's like a single album almost. And when I got it, I was just kind of like getting into him. So for some reason, I thought it was actually a full album. And then I looked on the back and I was like, oh no, it's not. But I still got it because I was just getting into him and I always really liked All Night Long. So yeah. Next one, this is definitely a departure from my typical collection you can see, but it is a Love album. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I mispronounce that. But I really love Bewitched. I love her. I feel like her music is very good. I tend to enjoy jazz, so I asked for this for Christmas and I got it. So it comes with this little game. I haven't tried it yet, but it looks pretty cool. And this one is brand new. I believe it is another blue disc, because I do love blue discs. Let's go ahead and open this up. Here is the board for the game. It's really cool. And here it is. Isn't that beautiful? If there is a blue disc for a new vinyl pressing, then you can be sure that I will always want the blue disc. So there we go. Really cool. The next album is a soundtrack, which is The Fox and the Hound. I love The Fox and the Hound. It's one of my favorite Disney movies, and I also am in love with the soundtrack. So when I seen this at an antique store, I had to get it. I just find the soundtrack very beautiful. This one is also very old, so I just try to be as careful with it as I can. Alright, so now we're moving on to, these are like some of my first vinyls that I got, that they're a little different than the style that I enjoy now, but they're still good vinyls, and I'm happy to have them in my collection. So the first one is Lana Del Rey, or Lana? It's Lana Del Rey, but correct me if I'm wrong. And this one is Born to Die. I'm not the hugest fan of her, but I do really like a lot of her songs. And this album in particular, I found myself gravitating towards. So I went ahead and got this one. It's a pretty good album. The next album is a Floor album. If you've never heard of them, oh my goodness, they're an amazing band. And this album is Ley Lines. Isn't it pretty? And I do have to show you the disc to this one because the disc is actually beautiful. Look at this, guys. That like beautiful like tan color. It just suits the album so much. Yeah, if you've never heard them before, I highly recommend that you listen to them. 21 Pilots. This album is Scaled and Icy. Also a really good album. And what did I say about blue vinyls? Look at that, blue records. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So some of these, if they are single vinyls, then I will put a slipcase in the back, like that, so that you're not opening it every single time that you want to get it out. You just slide it out and pop it in. Come to the last record in my collection. The last record in my collection is another 21 Pilots album, and this is Trench. Really good album. And this one is a yellow vinyl. Look at that, a yellow record. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Alright, loves, that is the last of my records. this was so fun to do. If you guys would like to see a CD collection of mine, which I arguably have more CDs than I do records, then let me know in the comments, and let me know what you guys would like to see on this channel. Maybe fashion videos, 70s, 60s style clothing, or music talks, something like that. Just let me know, and stay groovy. I will see you next time. Bye bye.